If you haven't followed me for very long, I thought I'd go over what's on the car, what's been done to it real fast. We're going back to the track tonight. This will be the third or fourth trip I've had with the car. I've got it straightened out pretty close. We're still a little bit away, but I just thought this would be a good time before I go back to make a little video for all the people that aren't real familiar with it, what's actually been done to it. So let's get right into it. All right, so the engine is a 306 stock block. It's stock crankshaft. It's got a set of aftermarket I-beam rods, a set of Wiseco flat top pistons. The block has been zero decked. If anything, the piston might be out of the hole a few thousandths. Cylinder heads are a set of Canfield 192s, old stuff, like a high port style head, not been touched. The intake is a Polysystem X2. It's not been ported on. That's the lower. The upper is a sheet metal intake. That's a Polka Motorsports Civil Wars intake, which I think they did that even before the System X2 came out, because the ports are a little bit different. They're like truck configuration port, which really close to System X. I think there's like 2 ports that are just shaped slightly different. But, throttle body, it's got a 75mm AccuFab. The cold side is an on-3 cold side. One of their very first cold sides they did. This kit, that cold side's probably 8 years old. I bought it used. The blow-off valve, I just replaced it. I've been running up until this year the one that came on 3. It's like 50mm blow-off valve, and I just replaced it with another, just probably the same thing as on 3. It's a Chinese knockoff of a tile. 4-inch intercooler, which is on 3. The wastegate is a 60mm tile, and I've had really good luck with that. If anybody's going to do an on 3 kit, that's one of the main things I would recommend you upgrade, is the wastegate. This one had a problem. It was upgraded before I bought the kit. The guy I had before actually had this on the dyno, and it would get boost creep. It had a 44mm, so I had this hot side's a pony down kit, so stage 2. So when I bought the stage 2 pony down kit to replace the on 3 hot side, I just had a friend of mine put a bigger flange on it for the 60mm gate, and it's worked great. Haven't had a problem out of it. The turbo is a VS Racing 78-75 billet wheel. Trying to think what else here. Engine wise, fuel system, it's got a set of billet aluminum aftermarket fuel rails with a set of ID 1000 injectors. Car runs on the 85. Aeromotive fuel pressure regulator, and it's got dash 10 feed. Splits off after the regulator to a dash 8 that goes to each rail, and then a dash 8 return. Ignition system, I'm running a 36-to-1 wheel with Explorer Styles cam sync, and it's got LS coils to 581, just the old standard truck coil, with a set of JB Tech brackets. Camshafts, it's an LJ MS turbo cam. It's not a custom spec cam, it's just one of the stage cams he sells, stage 2, which I think he's changed the name of that company. I can't think of what it is off the top of my head, but I've had really good luck with that. Camshaft, it idles nice, it has decent vacuum, brakes work great. I'm running 03 Cobra brakes in the front and 95 GT brakes in the back. Still power steering rack. It's got UPR chrome moly cam member, UPR chrome moly control arms with strange 10-way front struts with coilover kit, and it's got strange 10-way struts in the back. I've got a baseline suspensions, the relocated uppers is their street outlaw kit, and then the baseline suspension lowers that are adjustable, Team Z Motorsports anti-roll bar. The rear axle is 8.8. I built that all myself. It's got a strange 35 spline spool with their high tough axles and a 327 gear. That's pretty much, oh, the transmission is a Lentec strip terminator. So it's an AOD based, and it's got all upgraded internals, and it's got a C6 input shaft. The torque converter is a custom spec from PTC. As far as powertrain stuff, that's pretty much it. So if you have any other questions, I could try to answer them. I just thought it would be something good to go over for people that maybe don't know about the car yet. We'll see what it does tonight. Shorts. Alright guys, so these are the slips. This is my first pass that you saw me race the Volkswagen. If you heard in that clip, the track that night was probably the worst that I've had out there. I made 3 passes, and every pass I felt like I was about to hit the wall. So it wasn't that fun of a night. The one good thing that came of that night was right there. Number 61 car, but the 60 foot a 139 60 foot. That's the best 60 foot I've done in this car. I pretty much got out of it, and it was basically just like a coast the rest of the way, but I was pretty happy with that 60 foot, and I think the car still spun leaving, but that was really encouraging. And honestly, this was the first run. That 60 foot was the only reason I kept going. After this pass and the way it spun, I didn't have much faith in the prep that night, and I was just going to go ahead and stop, but I continued to go after I got that 60 foot. I thought maybe it might clear up, but as you've seen in the other video, it didn't. So after that, I came up, and this is where I ran that Foxbody. That car was trailered in. I think it's got an LS in it. I'm not real familiar. I'm going to try to talk to the guys if I see them out there again, but the car did a good 60 foot, a 140 before that 139. This was pretty much like right there with my best 60 foot I've done. A 644 at 92. Now, I wasn't going to share all these times, but I decided that I'm just going to go ahead and just start giving them. But so this kind of tells you how fast the car was on this pass. That 92 mile an hour, that's that pass I got basically 3/4 of the way down the track, and I almost lost the car, and I coasted. My car, the previous trip out, where if you saw my other video with the teaser clips, and if not, go back and watch it. My car mile an hour over 109, so at a 630 is the best time I've ran. So 644 at 92, that's pretty good. That kind of tells you the potential that it had, really. And I just wish that the prep would have been good that night. But and those guys spun too. I cut the clip short, but I saw when I pulled around, they just loaded their stuff up and went home. So I think they only made one pass. So that kind of tells you how bad that track was that night. But and this pass was one I didn't race anyone, and I must not. I think my GoPro went dead. But I didn't get video of this one, but it was my best mile an hour that night. That's probably about the second or third best pass my car's done. But again, I spun. And this right here probably, I'm going to guess, probably would have been my fast pass, even though I spun at the 60. I was down about 3 mile an hour on that, and it still ran a 633. So, I'm going to try to go again. I'm just hoping that the prep is better than what it was this night, but we'll see. It's not really cold down here yet. The temperature is getting below 70 at night, so, but the prep's just been questionable, and car's getting pretty close. I'm just not going to take any chances with it, but hopefully this Wednesday I'll get some more footage, and I'll bring some extra batteries with me this time, and hopefully I get some more passes. The track was pretty busy that night. That was probably about the busiest night I've been. So we'll see. But pretty happy with the way the car has been running. Just working out some small details with it, but as you will with anything you just threw together. This is only like my third or fourth trip out to the track with it, so on a completely pretty much brand new setup. But if you have any questions, just put them down in the comments. I'll try to answer them. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.